Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making my predictions for this Saturday night's AEW pay-per-view Full Gear. After what happened at All Out, AEW is looking to come back with a better pay-per-view that hopefully doesn't fall flat like the last one did. And with the 9 matches currently listed on the card, this show looks like it'll be pretty good and look like a great rebound on paper. Let's see if it will execute properly this Saturday night. So we'll get on to my predictions for Full Gear 2020. So in our first match of the evening on the buy-in, it will be for the NWA Women's Championship, where we'll see Serena Deeb defending her title against Allison Kay. Not going to try to prolong this one with Deeb just winning the title a couple weeks ago and Kay saying she's no longer contracted with the NWA. I feel like Deeb will retain the Women's Championship and win here. And now on to match number 2. In match number 2, we'll see Orange Cassidy going up against John Silver. To me, this match feels like a match that was put together to just get Orange Cassidy going again and get him a win and just keep him moving up to go after maybe a third chance at the TNT title or to make him seem as a viable challenger to the World Championship. So I think when this match is done and we get to 1, 2, 3, Orange Cassidy will win and beat John Silver. To me right now, Orange Cassidy seems like he's in this weird limbo spot where he's had his chances at the TNT Championship, come up short both times, and the World Championship mix seems a little full right now because I could see where they're currently trying to lay the bricks to go towards. And he's had his Chris Jericho match, which is kind of like the third singles title for the men's division right now, and I just can't see where Cassidy would go next. Maybe he makes a run through everyone in the Dark Order, or he maybe has a matchup with MJF at the next pay-per-view next year. But all in all, in this match with Silver, Cassidy will get the win and we'll move on to something next. So now on to match number 3. In match number 3, we'll see Chris Jericho taking on MJF, where if MJF wins, he can join the Inner Circle. For this match, I believe the winner will be MJF. MJF getting the win here, I believe, will move him higher up the card and maybe just wipe away that he lost the last title match against Moxley at the last pay-per-view. And this will be looked at as like, oh, he's going to join the Inner Circle and try to take over. I think he's just going to say no and not join the Inner Circle and just keep tempting it every week and just keep screwing with all the members of the group until something just comes to a head and MJF will more than likely have to get a team together to go against the Inner Circle. So now on to match number 4. And match number 4 will be the Elite Deletion match, where we'll see Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara going at it for hopefully the last time in this never-ending saga. Hopefully with this being the end of this book that we've been stuck with for, it feels like the entire time AEW's been around. I know Matt Hardy hasn't been here, but it feels like it's been that long, that I think Sammy Guevara will shut the book and beat Matt Hardy at Full Gear. After the debauchery, the mishandling of their last match, I feel like Hardy and Guevara are going to go out and have something pretty decent here, and I think Guevara, who's been looked at as the lunatic pushing this, being like, hey, I'm coming to end you, Matt, I'm coming to end you, Matt, will hopefully end this, and we'll move on to 2 separate roads for them for something in the future. So these two will hopefully not have a match for at least a year plus from now on. So now on to match number 5, and that'll be for the TNT Championship, where we'll see Cody defending the title against Darby Allin. In this match, I see Darby Allin going balls to the walls here like he normally does, even turned up even more maybe, to try everything at Cody to get that TNT Championship off of him, and these two having a really good match. But when it's all said and done, I feel like Darby Allin will come up short here and lose to Cody, who will retain the TNT Championship. After the ending of Dynamite on Wednesday, where Cody said to Darby Allin that he's not the ace of the company, I can see this coming back to bite Cody, but not from Darby Allin, to one of his former foes that they will more than likely, I didn't think about this earlier, but would reignite their feud. This time it will be over the TNT Championship. I could see Cody and MJF going at it one more time. The story to me kind of just writes itself. Cody said he's the ace of the company. MJF has been saying he's the face of AEW, and then Cody got his chance to go for the World Championship, at least for now, taken away because of MJF. And what will MJF try to take from him next? And that's that TNT Championship that Cody will just proclaim repeatedly that MJF won't take from him at the next pay-per-view. So now on to match number 6 of the evening, and this will be for the AEW Women's Championship, where we'll see Hikaru Shida defending her title against Nyla Rose. I look at this match as if AEW is either going to reset the division, basically going back with Rose becoming a 2-time Women's Champion here, or will they keep trying to build up Hikaru Shida with her beating Rose here and keeping the Women's Championship to move on to more and more and more competitors here. And when this match is all said and done, I feel like Shida will retain the Women's Championship. I just feel like with the way that the AEW Women's division is positioned, where it's still kind of in this weird spot where we're not sure like who the other players are. Like we have a couple ideas, but it's not like, oh well, you got this person, this person, this person. So really you only have like 2 other people. I just think a reset feel with Rose winning it would like prolong this rivalry, which is I don't think something they want to do, to have it at multiple shows repeatedly. And I think Sheeta winning, we could see Britt Baker more than likely moving up to get finally getting a chance at this women's championship here, and more than likely I think would be the one to beat Sheeta for the title in your pay-per-view. So now on to match number 7. And match number 7 will be for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, where we'll see FTR defending their titles against the Young Bucks. And if the Young Bucks lose, they will never challenge for the tag titles again. And also, Tully Blanchard is banned from ringside. Now in this match, with some recent things that have been reported, my prediction has changed for this match. With Cody not being able to go for the world title, I think it's kind of getting ridiculous, or maybe just repetitive, or just seems a little like, oh, we're out of an idea, thrown to a match. Hey, you guys, you can't challenge for these belts anymore if you don't win. And I was originally going to pick the Young Bucks here to beat FTR and become the new tag team champions. But with the reports now that Matt Jackson has an injury in his knee, he has a thinning of the ACL and has a partially torn MCL, I just feel like the Bucks aren't going to be around. Like both of them wouldn't be around obviously with those injuries, but I feel like they won't be a team for a good chunk of time coming up, and I just don't see them winning here now. And I think FTR will retain their tag team championships. Now with FTR winning, this means the Bucks, by the stipulation, won't be able to challenge for the tag team titles again. Now I don't know if I've said this on here or I've just said this to randos that I yell out the window, but I think if you have this stipulation, you have to live up to it for a good chunk of time like they've done with Cody. But it can be lifted in the future. It just has to be a struggle for the person or team to have this thing thrown against, their stipulation thrown against them, to get back to normal. Now with Matt's injury, it will easily be, okay, he'd be out, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, let's just say 6 months, probably more, knees are weird. So okay, there will be 6 months where they won't even be there or even in contention for the tag team titles. So then when they come back, they still at least, I think, have to go another year without even like, hey, we want a chance at those titles, but I know we can't. So maybe they have to run through like maybe 6, 8 months, or maybe even a year of just not losing, and then having to jump through even another hoop, beating FTR in non-title matches 2, 3, however many times, until it's like clear and obvious, like, hey, these guys are the best team, these guys need to somehow be able to get these titles, have at least a chance at these titles, to where they have to, I don't know, go through like a gauntlet of beating every team in the division, and then it's like, okay, here you go, next. You would save this for a pay-per-view after they run the gauntlet on Dynamite one night. This could be probably its own Dynamite episode of them just trying to beat all the AEW tag teams. But you have them go through that, and then at the end, it's okay, at insert pay-per-view here, you guys are taking on FTR again. It's been a year and a half or however long since you faced them and you got your right taken away, but you will face them for the tag team titles at this pay-per-view here. And if you do something like that, I feel like most people will be like, okay, they had to jump through so many hoops and made this kind of worth it for them to get it, not just like lifting it, or it just technically says the Young Bucks can't go for the titles. So if they do something stupid and change it, say like, oh, we're changing our name so we're not the Young Bucks anymore, we're like the Youth Deer, I think that'd be ridiculous and piss a lot of people off. So now on to our co-main event of the evening, and this is the finals of the AEW number 1 contender tournament, where we'll see Hangman Adam Page taking on his former tag team partner Kenny Omega. When this match is done, after, I feel like this is a easy pick, but I've been wrong before, I've been wrong a lot, let's just be real here. After this match is great and everything, when it's all said and done, I think Kenny Omega will get the win and beat Hangman Adam Page here. With Kenny getting this new special entrance where he has dancers with brooms, he has the little sheet thing, I don't know what the hell it's called, where he has this whole special entrance now. This just seems like this is leading to the coronation of the Cleaner, with Kenny Omega more than likely becoming the next AEW World Champion and beating whoever wins in our main event. And I'll explain a little bit more of this after I pick that match next. But I just feel like Kenny's been trying to hit this new level, and it's kind of seemed like it's been hitting these past couple weeks in all these tournament matches. And this whole tournament will conclude with Kenny hitting another level, just beating the hell out of his tag team partner, and probably one of the best matches we've seen this year. At least the best match, could be the best match of the pandemic era of wrestling. But he'll go on to beat his former tag team partner here, and then move on to face the winner of our main event of the evening. And it'll be an I Quit match for the AEW World Championship, where we'll see Jon Moxley defending his title against Eddie Kingston. Now, I think this match is just going to be some crazy, bloody, hardcore, crazy match with the I Quit stipulation that these two are going to beat the hell out of each other to get a great match here and to have the other person say I quit. And when this match is over, as much as I like Eddie Kingston, I believe Jon Moxley will retain his AEW World Championship. Now, the future will lead to Jon Moxley defending his title against Kenny Omega next, I think. And this is just going to end with Kenny beating Jon Moxley because of 1 year ago from this pay-per-view where they had their unsanctioned lights out match where there was mouse traps, a fucking spider web, a barbed wire, and all hell breaking loose. It's all because of one tweet I think this happened. This has been pinned on Kenny's Twitter for months. It'll be a year next week that it's been up, where it says, "I lost and the doctors won't clear me for TV. The problem is that you left me alive and I'll be back. I win." So I feel like this is just going to all stem back from that moment where Moxley beat Omega at Full Gear 2019, but he kept him breathing, and the cleaner will come back and clean up and become the new world champion and end Moxley's reign as AEW champion. So that'll do it for my prediction for Full Gear. Leave your predictions in the comments section below, and if you like the video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.